before we say our closing remarks and a few thank yous, Chris Shortis, he burst onto the patriotic scene at the first Melbourne Reclaim rally. Chris is hardworking, he's married, he's a father, and he resides in Melbourne. He's committed Christian and he's an Aussie patriot, of course. He's a member of the UPF and their associated Fortitude political party. He's a very inspiring speaker too. He will stand as a Senate candidate for the Fortitude Party in the next upcoming federal election. Can I introduce to you now, Mr. Chris Shortis?
How are you all today? Can I get you to move together, bunch together, move closer together? Come in.
It's our final speaker.
Why not? We love you,
Let's
man.
hear it.
Let's bring it all together. Come close.
Shoulder to shoulder, Chris.
Feel each other.
Yeah, we've got you back there.
In a lawful way, of course.
Right behind
Christians can have a sense of humour too, so look. Okay.
I'm the only one that slip.
As you have heard, once Fortitude is registered as a political party by the Australian Electoral Commission, I shall run as a senator in Victoria.
Bloody up.
And I will run an absolutely unrelenting campaign to make sure that all those traitors that reside in that parliament are brought to justice. Every treaty signed to the United Nations has been a violation of Section 45 of our Australian Constitution, which involves sitting members which suffer the same disabilities of those who cannot enter office. That's all I will say on that matter. All right?
Chris, you got my vote, man.
So, my speech. Sons and daughters of our great southern land, we are gathered here this day in the nation's capital to demonstrate against the Islamisation of our country and the cultural Marxists who wage war against our culture and our nation's identity and heritage. We are here because we see the clear and present danger, and we will never surrender our national identity to the cultural Marxists who undermine and betray our nation. The left wing, the agents of diversity, say we are racist, bigots, fascists and Islamophobes, that we are full of hate. Yet these same socialist progressives side with the most racist, misogynist and intolerant ideology on the face of the earth, which disguises itself as a religion but is nothing more than a dominating theocracy. Remember the incident that Adam Goods was racially vilified by a 13-year-old girl being called an ape.
And I know where she lived too.
Well, where were the left-wing arbiters, right? Where was the outrage against Islam? Because this is what it has to say regarding us as non-believers, particularly Christians and Jews. Quran chapter 2 verse 65 says, "And well ye knew those amongst you who transgress in the matter of the Sabbath. We said to them, be you apes, despised and rejected." Where is the left-wing outrage? Quran chapter 5 verse 60 says, "Shall I point out to you something much worse than this, as judged by the treatment it received from Allah? Those who incurred the curse of Allah and his wrath, those of whom some he transformed into apes and swine." Where's all the moral arbiters now crying out, racist? No. I reckon Islam is a protected species, considering Saudi Arabia heads the Human Rights Commission at the United Nations. And I will be demanding our government and our country that we leave the United Nations, a cultural Marxist socialist organisation that has no authority or jurisdiction on our nation. Finally, Quran chapter 7, 166. "When in their insolence they transgress all prohibitions, we said to them, be you apes, despised and rejected." Islam, the religion of peace. Islam, the religion of tolerance. What about the misogyny? Where are you, feminazis? You seem to be lacking. Did you know that a woman's testimony is only half of that of a man in an Islamic court? Quran chapter 2 verse 282. A woman's inheritance is only half of that of a man. Quran chapter 4 verse 11. Quran chapter 4 verse 176. I invite you to look up those verses. A husband can lightly beat his wife. Quran chapter 4 verse 34. What is there to love about this misogyny and racism? Nothing! It does not belong in our democratic society, founded upon a Protestant Christian document called the Constitution. See this flag here and the Constitution? I swear by no other. And you, as Australians, should swear by no other. I'll give you an example. The Islamic law is incompatible with Australian constitutional law. This example, and I cite, May 17, 2011, the Australian Federation of Islamic Councils, in a submission to a parliamentary inquiry into the government's new multiculturalism policy, argues that Muslims should enjoy legal pluralism. Source, The Australian. Editor, Patricia Cavellis. Really? You want to enjoy Sharia law? Forgive me, Lord, then fuck off! Even the Islamic leadership wants Sharia law. In this country, polygamy being one example, in the Quran chapter 4 verse 3, a man can have up to 4 wives. It is illegal in this country. And how's our great unelected Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull? He stated on the ABC, by the way, the ABC stands for Assholes Broadcasting Communism, on the Q&A program, said it is important for us that we promote and encourage Islam. Really? Encourage racism, misogyny, and jihad against the non-believer? This is the political correctness that we suffer. It is a socialist disease. It is the ideology of degenerates. It is the dogma of bastards. We, the patriots, are not going to tolerate this betrayal of our nation anymore. So I want everyone here now, if you will, to repeat these words after me. We the patriots swear an oath of allegiance to the Commonwealth of Australia to defend our nation, our Constitution, our laws, our flag, our national identity from enemies foreign and domestic, regardless of what the costs may be. So help us God. Are you ready to stand for your nation? Are you ready to be the part of the political revolution that will smash the Labor Liberal paradigm? And in the words that I've uttered before, we are here to tell our enemies, the left will not intimidate us. The cultural Marxist elite will not bully us. We will not cower down to the threat of Islam. But most of all, let history's page be written that we the patriots rose up in our righteous might and marched forward to absolute victory. No matter how long it takes, we will not rest, we will not stop until we consign the socialist disease of political correctness to history's unmarked grave. That's what I want to see. I want to see betrayal, in your hearts, because those who sit in office over there have betrayed us. And the only way that we can free ourselves from these cultural Marxists is to vote for fortitude. Vote for any party that will not preference Labor, Liberal or the Greens, because they are nothing but traitors. I thank you for this opportunity to speak. And if God be willing that I should become a senator, I'll be your servant, because that's what public servant means. Public service. Politics has become a shithole of the elite who think to rule over us. Maybe they fantasize, you know, watch too much of the Hunger Games, imagine themselves as these elites who control the lives of these little plebs. Well, I tell you what, a storm is coming, a storm of nationalism is coming to this country, and we will overthrow these traitors no matter how long it takes. God bless you all, and it is a pleasure to speak before you. Thank you.
Another round of applause for Chris Shortis! That man's gonna go places.
Oops! I did it again, baby. Yeah!
Tune in tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Bye for now.